Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Slayer back here again with a quick video for everybody. First of all, my apologies that I haven't been around. I posted something on the community page, and I encourage all of you to check that because when I'm not around, I'll usually post up on there. Unless I'm in the middle of a binge or something, then I just disappear until, I just disappear off the planet. But yeah, definitely check that. I've just been busy. I've been working 6 days a week, going to AA meetings nearly every single day. I have one tonight that I'm really looking forward to. I get to see one of my buddies from rehab there. Me and a close friend, been friends with this guy since I was a little kid. He also has been joining me for this meeting because he has his own addiction problems, nothing with anything super heavy. I mean, he struggled with like caffeine and that type of stuff. And I know some people might laugh at that, but he literally has health consequences because of his consumption of caffeine. He just underwent some surgery because of his consumption of caffeine. Yeah, guys, even caffeine, when you're doing extreme amounts of it, will catch up to you. But in my community post before this last one, I posted up on there asking if you guys would suggest some video topics. And first of all the suggestions were amazing, so thank you all for that. I'm going to make multiple videos on probably every single one of the topics because they were all great. But one that really stuck out to me was from my good old friend, For the Sake of Songs. What's up, man? Or woman? I'm not 100% sure. I'm sorry. I hope that you're well. I know that you're going through your own struggles, and I've been praying for you. My heart goes out to you, but they were wondering how my friends and family reacted when they found out about me being an alcoholic, when they found out about my alcoholism. How did my parents react when they found out that their son was a raging, suicidal alcoholic? Well, the thing is that I've said it before in a lot of my earlier videos, is that I grew up in a household, in a family, where drinking was normal. We were the party house. We were the house that everybody came to party at. We got the cops called on us multiple times. My mom was a big drinker back in the day, but she was a weekend drinker. She'd go all week without drinking, but then on the weekend, it would be a party. And I was always around for that, even as a little kid. So when I first started drinking, it's just like I just fell right into place. That was just the norm. It was not unusual for me to come home with a 24-pack or a bottle or something. Nobody would even bat an eye. Nobody would care. As things progressed, as the car crashes happened, as the trouble with the law and the trouble with relationships and everything else progressed, then they started questioning, okay, he has an issue. I mean, seriously, guys, we used to drink at every single family function that there was. And now, because of my alcoholism and my brother's alcoholism, there's no alcohol ever. My mom doesn't drink at all. I don't know if she was ever an alcoholic. It's hard to say, but she definitely had a drinking problem at one time. But yeah, as those things started to happen, the drinking at these family functions and these parties started to die off as they started to realize that I have a problem. And I actually went to my mom and my dad and asked them, like, what did you think when you first initially found out? And they both said that they were in denial. They were in denial. And I can understand that. Again, we were a big drinking family. I think that they couldn't accept the fact at first that it's like, I don't know, I think people have this image of alcoholics, like that you're just like homeless and you have your bottle in a brown bag. And I think parents think to themselves, oh, that's never going to be my son. That's never going to be my kid. And I think a lot of people in general think, well, that's never going to be me until it's actually you. I'm 100% a bottle in a brown bag under a bridge drinker. I know that for a fact. That's the type of drinker that I am. Of course, it wasn't like that in the beginning because this is a progressive disease. It gets worse and worse. But as they started to find out, there was a lot of denial. And my dad accepted it at first, and then my mom started to accept it, and my brothers, and they all hated it, of course. But there was also a lot of blaming themselves. They took a lot of blame. They felt ashamed. I never really felt any, oh, I'm ashamed that my son or my brothers got a drinking problem. It's like I said, my other two brothers, I have 3 brothers, 2 of my brothers have drinking problems, and my mom's been through it. Nobody ever really judged me for having a drinking problem. They felt shame because they felt like they were responsible for it. They were responsible for my problem, and that's not true. I've told them that a million times. It doesn't matter if I grew up around it or not. At the end of the day, my drinking is on me. And someone else asked, I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what the name was, but you said, what could have your family or friends said to you to be able to basically get you to stop drinking? Like, what did you need to hear to stop you? And the plain and simple answer to that is nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was nothing that anybody on the earth could have said to me to stop me from drinking. The only person that can stop me from drinking is me. And same thing goes for you guys. Until we are ready to stop and make that decision for ourselves that we want to better our lives, we're just never going to quit. So my parents, took a lot of responsibility and a lot of blame and put that on themselves and the way that I grew up, and they think that they could have done things differently, because I didn't have a horrible childhood or anything. I wasn't dirt poor, but my family was wild, man. I had kind of a crazy childhood. We didn't grow up normal. It's like I said, our house was weird. Our house was very weird, but I loved it when I was a kid. But I don't blame any of how I grew up on any of that. Of course, it probably didn't help, but I don't blame any of that on anybody. So they took a lot of responsibility. And nowadays, I think it's just fear and disappointment. That's how they feel about it now. When they hear that I'm back into my drinking, I've relapsed, I'm back in a binge again, I think it's pure and utter fear and disappointment, because they know I can be better than that. They know I don't need to go down that path, and a lot of the times I choose to anyways. So, that's kind of how they feel now. Of course, I had, other reactions too. The people that I've had people judge me and stuff, of course, and not talk to me, and my so-called friends, most of them just didn't have any reaction at all, except to just stop messaging me, stop contacting me, and disappear out of my life. And that's how a lot of people reacted too. There was a lot of judgment from some friends and stuff, but who cares, man? Like, my real friends stuck around, and those people dipped out. And I always had this fear, and I think a lot of you guys have this fear. I know a lot of you watching this video keep your drinking a secret, and I guarantee you somebody knows, by the way. It's very hard to keep our alcoholism a secret, but we try to keep it a secret. It's better to just let people know. It really is. At this point, pretty much everybody in my life that I've known for a brief moment or I've known for 20 years knows about my alcoholism. And I tried to keep it a secret, and it was such a big deal to me back in the early days. Even a few years ago, it was a big deal to me. And I can tell you this much: 90% of them just wanted to help. Just wanted to help. They were. It was nothing but love and concern and care. And the ones that didn't show me that, the ones that, oh, well, you're a piece of shit because you drink and all that, I don't need those people in my life anyways. Because at the end of the day, guys, this is who I am. Me at my core, I'm a human. I have a spirit. I have a soul. I'm me. But I also carry this trait of alcoholism that I'll carry for the rest of my life, and that is a part of me. And accepting that, really just accepting that. Like, my mom used to kind of encourage me to drink back in the day, like in ways, oh, well, maybe you can go 2 months and then you can have a drink, because again, that was that denial. And nowadays she just tells me, no, you can never drink ever again. But really, I thought it was going to be this big thing where people were going to shame me and they weren't going to speak to me anymore. And some people did, but the majority of people, like one of my best friends, the friend who's coming to this meeting tonight with me, I kept this a secret from him for like 8 years. I was trying to keep it a secret, and next thing you know, he's coming to visit me at the rehab center. Yeah, if that wasn't a shock to me. My parents actually called him and told him about what was going on. And next thing you know, oh, Slayer, you have a visitor, you have a visitor. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, all right. And I go up there, and it's my friend. And I was scared to death. I thought, oh my God, he's never going to talk to me. He's going to think I'm this loser, alcoholic, scumbag, whatever, the things that go through our heads. And it was nothing but love. And now he comes to meetings with me, and nothing but love and support. So, yeah, man, a lot of denial and a lot of love and support, and my ex-girlfriend really finally accepted the fact that I was an alcoholic. She ran ran to the hills, and that's what a lot of people do, and you can't really blame them. I know that was kind of a crappy answer, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick, let you guys know that I'm all right. I got 3 weeks off that poisonous drink. 3 weeks was Sunday. This last Sunday I got 3 weeks, so it's now Thursday. Things are going well, man. Just staying busy, staying connected. You guys are a giant help. And yeah, man, check this out, dude. I was going through my basement earlier, and I found this. This is a GameCube. I can't remember if this was mine from back in the day. I know I had a silver one. But yeah, man, I think I have the cords and everything to it. I'm gonna set that up, and I'm gonna invite a friend over, and we're gonna go old school with it and just play a little bit of GameCube, man. You know, this is the type of stuff I just do, random stuff like that that's fun when I'm not drinking. But when I'm drinking, I could care less about it. I've said it before, when I'm drinking, the only thing that matters is the next drink. So I'll be back in a day or two. Well, not a day or two. I'm not going to say a day or two. I'll be back in a few days with a new video, a normal video, probably like one that's going to be like 20, 30 minutes long. And it's going to be a good one. And it's one of your guys' topics. So I love all of you. I hope that you're all well. Please, if you think about drinking, reach out. And yeah, man, I love each and every single one of you. Yeah, peace. I'll see you guys soon.